we're doing it now. We're going to have some real trouble then. Okay, so obviously Leslie's 60 this year.
Don't tell everybody.
And the signs keep reminding Jim that Arsenal lost 6-0 today.
Thank you.
Please.
6-0.
Okay. A few years ago, well, quite a few years ago, when we were a lot younger, one of Mum's friends came up with this caricature.
Where did you find all that?
That's Dad's only job, and he did it. So well. Okay, this caricature, and you can see from this caricature lots of different sides of Lesley. There was the side of Mum as a mother with her 3 round her ankles. There was the lady captain side. She was big into her golf at that time. There was the education side. She'd done a master's in education, she was in teaching and that sort of thing. And there was her making speeches. I guess that's what we do, committees or probably committees-based things at that time. And we thought, you know, 3 sides of Lesley Paris isn't really that good, is it? There's a lot more.
Just think this like that.
Sorry. Sorry, on you go, Caroline.
So, for those of you that know Mum, and obviously everyone here knows Mum pretty well, 3 sides of Lesley Paris isn't a true reflection of Lesley Paris, because we all know that Mum is so many more things than that for all of us. So, for one, I just think this image is false advertising. So we thought to celebrate Mum's 60th birthday, we would create a new version of this caricature, but in a kind of a modern, contemporary style. So Finley, our glamorous assistant, is going to kind of so we've got some visuals, and they're not massive, I'm sorry, and we're down on the tech here in London, so there's going to be no presentation, there's just going to be our printouts, but hopefully Finn can hold them up so you can have a look at them.
Okay, so number 1 side of Lesley Paris is that she's a teacher, been involved in education for it's hard to know which tense to put this in. Is it past or present, because she retired from teaching 2 years ago and yet has not actually stopped working and has been in education ever since. Obviously she started in Leicester when she was in NQT and moved to Welland Park, and we've got Welland Park colleagues here today. We were at Welland Park whilst Mum was a teacher there, and we didn't have much street cred, and when we used to get out of the car with Uncle Phil or Mr Spitters and Lesley, it wasn't embarrassing at all. It did have its perks having your mum at school, because you've got your PE kit, your flu, your money, you were begging at Mum's store for something. In around 2000, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Mum moved to Lesley High School, Lesley ladies are here. She took the science department by storm, and she's got many great friends. She was and still is a fab teacher, and many students have passed through your door, and they've had the pleasure of being taught by you. Never fazed by an Ofsted inspection. Some teachers are horrified by the thought. Instead, Mum challenges them to give her anything less than outstanding. And Jim and I know a lot about this because we've had a lot of advice through the years in our teaching career and professional life. One of us will make it to SLT one day, we're just not quite there yet. But no, seriously, no pressure. She's been an amazing role model. Right, side number 2.
Okay, so number 2 is Lesley Paris, the golf pro. So in Mum's retirement, and we're going to use this word loosely, Mum's dipped back into playing golf, which previously she did a lot of. She's actually played on some incredible golf courses of late, namely Camelback in Arizona with Dad when they went to America recently. And the main reason there, I think, for keeping out the rough was to keep away from the snakes, I believe. But not forgetting a few years ago when Mum actually played a few holes, a beautiful course called Belle Dune, and that was with her brother Doug and Finley. I think you were there as well. And that's in Normandy. And although I'm not sure we can strictly say that you played that course, Mum, because Lesley actually jumped over the fence halfway round the golf course and played a few holes secretly, thinking nobody knew. So no green fees, she just went with it. So that's over the Scot in you.
It was cheap, man. It was cheap.
So from a legal golfer, we moved to tennis pro. Tennis people over here. She's always been a keen tennis player. and encouraged us to be involved from a very young age. Which we did. Mum and I once played in the ladies' singles tennis final. I think this only happened once. Mum was in that final many, many times, and I think she probably let me win that year because I'd started to become more in netball and she wanted to draw me back in, but sorry Mum, netball's taken over.
Next one, Finn. Okay, so this is kind of point proven tonight because Mum is an absolute social butterfly. There's so many people here from so many different aspects of Mum's world. It's really amazing to see. And as many of you know, Mum's forever organising something. I mean, we didn't even get a look in tonight. I mean, Mum pretty much organises herself. All we're doing is a speech, so she's really taken as a true Paris to the organisation side of things. So whether it's a safari supper, an event or concert or trip with all of her friends, family holidays, family gatherings, or more recently, and this is sort of why the image is of Jaeger bombs, Lesley went out with her university students and ended up on Yates's bar on London Road in Leicester, drinking Jaeger bombs with her university students and putting this into shame.
Oh, fish balls! Okay. So, we've got another side of Mum. We've got the Mum as the cinema critic and granule. We've got a bit to do with this. We've all heard of PG-rated films. Well, we've now got LP-rated films. Lesley does love a good trip to the cinema, whether it be with Joy or Jane or Gran or a combination of those people. They've always seen the latest blockbuster. If you haven't seen it, you'll be guaranteed that Mum has got an opinion and a rating on that film, and she can usually give you a brief synopsis because she's had to explain to Gran on the way home. Gran falls asleep. Okay, so swiftly moving on. Mum is an awesome committee member, and this year saw Mum last year, saw Mum become chair of the tennis club committee. And like a true Paris, she loves the organisation, as we all do, hence the card. And so I couldn't really think of a better person to take on this role. Hopefully no one here has been on the receiving end of the complaint letter writing skills, or the teacher voice for that matter, because Mum's got them both down to a T. So the council actually asked me, Mum, to tell you that tonight, 60th birthday, you can have whatever you want, just stop with those letters. Okay, moving on then. Mum's always been played a huge part in our sport, whether it was driving us to our fixtures and being supported all the way through. She's also trained as a timer at the swimming galas and all these types of things, and helped us to raise money for the Kilwood Challenge that we've been involved with. This has continued to date. Okay, I'm nearly 30, yet my mum still comes to every netball game I play, which I'm eternally grateful for. It's a bit sad, isn't it? But we get to catch up. And she is chief fluted scorer. She's also cheerleader, but most importantly, she gives a good post-match analysis. I always hear what my strengths and weaknesses were anyway.
Okay, so moving on. Mum is now a Scottish country dancer. So Mum has taken up Scottish dancing recently, and do you know what? We're all delighted of late when Mum got asked to do a display at the WI. Although Mum did bring me up, and she confessed that she was surprised by the fact she was asked, because she's definitely more in the Scottish country dancing for the lol factor, which is the laugh out loud factor for anyone that doesn't know. And she's more of an A for effort as opposed to technique. A for effort. Okay, so Lesley, the marathon walker. As you've probably seen from the invitation, Mum is taking on a new challenge. Not one to shout the challenge. Jane, Christine and Julia will be taking on the moonwalk in London on the 10th of May. She'll be walking a half marathon distance through the night around the streets of London, now you be careful, to raise money for breast cancer.
Mum didn't want presents for this evening, even though she's received loads, so thank you for those. And if you would like to make a donation, there's a piece of paper on the table to take away with you. You can make a donation to the Just Giving page.
So, Mum, the bridge player, the list goes on. Mum, the bridge player. So, as many of you know, Gran, our Gran is a fierce bridge player.
Very
and it turns out that so is Mum. They play regularly when Mum can fit it in amongst all her things. And I have to say, I mean, Mum and Gran did try and teach Lorna, Jenny and I bridge, and Lorna and I failed.
Yeah, we can't do it.
Jenny, the smart one, as everyone knows. Jenny can do it. Great. But me and Lorna just kind of stick to pairs.
Okay, next one. This is definitely a long one. Oh my god. What figure? Lesley the gym goer. I think many people here actually frequent the Curves gym in Market. Mum religiously takes on this circuit amongst her with her friends. I've never actually been myself, but I've got this image in my mind from what she's talked about of a lot of women quickly moving round stations or circuit type activity in order to maximise chat time and get to Costa or Starbucks as quickly as they can. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of the list. So Mum is a massive fan of the rugby, and she's a big fan of supporting the mighty Leicester Tigers. Yay! So if you ever wondered who's in that giant tiger suit, that's what mystery solved! I'm kidding. Mum's actually a massive fan of the cat stand, and as you can see from this image, she was caught on TV, yes you were, celebrity, cheering a socks on, so that was a pretty epic day, and it's actually Rob Smith who sent us the photo, so
Right, next in. Now, Mum probably wouldn't consider herself this, but we do as a Strictly Come Dancing grouping. Now, actually this stems from Gran. Gran absolutely, yeah, come on to that. Gran absolutely loves the show and dedicates most of her nights in November and December to watching Strictly Come Dancing. And so every Christmas, as the ideal present arises, we buy Gran the tickets to go and see the Strictly Come Dancing show in one of the East Midlands venues. And we always buy 2 tickets, and she always takes Mum along as a buddy. Little did we know, though, Mum doesn't actually like her. In fact, she absolutely hates Anton de Bay. She thinks he's really creepy. And it looks like we're going to need to find you someone else to go with from now on, Gran. So if anyone's got anyone that wants to go, I'll take you.
Mum is also, obviously in her kind of retired life, this is now, so a university lecturer, which in the loosest of terms we use the retired phrase, and Mum's doing more work probably than ever at the moment. But she's firstly been part of the PGCE course in Leicester, sorting the riff-raff of wannabe teachers out from the good from the bad. That's the impression I get, and then now also at Northampton. And I have to say, I'm pretty sure that the students love Mum because she's such an inspiration as a teacher, but also because she likes a good Jaeger bomb.
Okay, we'll get beyond that.
Moving on then to our crazy parents. Show that picture. This was at our wedding, yeah. So, Mum and Dad have been married now, together 42 years, married 36.
Correct.
I asked Dad for a text for that. Are we giving out awards tonight? That's pretty impressive to be married to PP at the length of time. Oh, you're laughing, that's alright. All I can say on that one is, well done, congratulations, and what great children you've produced.